Who wants to fight a guy that has 1 goal in 15 games? I wouldn't. What do you mean? Like, when did fighters become goal scorers all of a sudden?
Full credit to our colleague Caprice St. Pierre, who wrote on OilersNation, like, maybe the Oilers just need to get embarrassed. And I talked on pre-gaming that day. It made sense. What Caprice said, as much as I was not going into that hockey game being like, God, I hope the Oilers lose really bad. And I did say it needs to be decisive either way. Either the Oilers need to go and win, and we needed to sit here on Monday and be like, there you go. That's our Edmonton Oilers. That's a hockey team that can skate and compete with the best of them. That's a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. We either had to say that, and the path to that, at least in my head, was like, you know what? Maybe Connor and Leon do sit there and go, enough with the bullshit. Like, this is a marquee matchup for us. We need to play well. Mm-hmm. The other side of it was, like, if they lose 9-1, I think that really causes them to look in the mirror, right? And they go on and they get thumped and they lose 9-1. And I think it did cause them to look in the mirror a little bit, Liam. We even saw yesterday at skate, Connor McDavid looked pretty pissed off at some of his teammates. This is not a team that is in a very, very good mood. And understandably so. Like, I think we could look back on this and see it as a turning point. We better. I mean, if that ass kicking doesn't wake them up for tonight, we have actually major problems. If they lay an egg tonight and play poorly, we are having a very interesting show tomorrow.
Yeah, I wrote about it yesterday too on OilersNation. You can check that out. And at the bottom, I said exactly how you just wrapped it up there. It's like, we'll know a lot about this team by the way the coaches line them up.
Yep.
The way they respond to a bit of adversity and just the whole game in general. And, like, is this a must win? Probably, to be honest, but not in the sense of, like, stand-ins or anything like that, but in the sense of, like, show your fan base, like, how embarrassed you were on Saturday night, because we did not see it. There was no hits. There was barely anything going on. And, like, there was certain moments where he's like looking at this, like, does anyone actually care what's happening to them right now?
But to be fair, like, that's the vibe we had coming into the game, was like, it looked like on most nights this year, they do not care if they win or lose.
But that night should have been the night where we saw something different. You know,
remember 2-3 years ago when they were getting their ass kicked by LA?
Yeah.
And Hyman fought and Puljujarvi fought, and everybody wanted to drop the gloves.
Yeah.
How many, like, Brett made a really good board for pre-gaming that I forgot to get to. You know, the Oilers are the only team in the NHL without a major penalty. That means no, like, granted, no dirty hits or whatever, but, like, how are you if you're the only one without a major penalty, no fighting majors, a hit that crosses the line, that says a lot about your team. I wish there was a way to track scrums per 60. I watched Toronto, Utah. I talked about this last week. I watched Toronto, Utah last week. Those are two teams who should not give a shit about each other on a Wednesday night, I think it was.
Yep.
There were 3-4 scrums in the third period alone.
There is that lacking big time. The Oilers are currently, I wrote this before games yesterday, but they were 29th, I believe, in hits and 31st in hits per 60.
Yeah.
And you can take that two ways and be like, wow, the Oilers have possession a lot, which is true. Mm-hmm. But also, too, if you've seen the games, you know there's been moments in this season where they have lacked so much intensity, and the frustration of, like, giving up leads, like, that should spark something in anybody. Mm-hmm. There was nothing. Like, I'm trying to recall, like, even thinking of scrums recently. I can think of at the start of the season when Howard slashed Wolf and it caused a bit of chaos, and maybe there was one against Vancouver as well in New York. But, like, aside of that, the opening 3 games is like when you should have your most juice. They've just lost it every single night, and I just don't understand it. And the quote that really got me came from Trent Frederick, as I pull this up quickly here. But he essentially said, here it is, who wants to fight a guy that has 1 goal in 15 games? I wouldn't. What do you mean? Like, when did fighters become goal scorers all of a sudden? Like, you are Trent Frederick. Yeah. You are known to have an attitude. You're known to lay hits. And we've talked about his physicality.
Here's an idea. Just go fucking grab someone.
That's exactly what I wrote in there, too. If anyone watched the game before, you would have seen Nikita Zadorov kill Scott Lawton. Yeah. Absolutely dummied him. A huge hit. And Bobby McMahon went into, he certainly didn't go in to drop the gloves, but he engaged with him, and Zadorov gave him no choice but to start fighting him. And he just went for it. Max Domi tried to do the same with someone else.
Darnell Nurse could do the same thing, too.
Anybody could do it. There's anybody. Like, I don't care.
Ekholm, big tough Viking.
Softest guy on the team.
Softest guy on the I know he is.
But there's so many guys. It's just like, come on, like, show a bit of passion. And we talked about it the other day with Bouchard and the incident against the Blues. It's like, you can forgive the puck moving stuff. You make errors ever. Like, if you're not showing effort, what are you even doing here? Like, it's basic stuff. Like, the three of us, Eli and you, we could all go into a game and show a bit of effort.
Yep.
We'd be terrible at everything else, but we could show that we were like wanting to be there. And I can't believe I'm going to say this next line, but I'm going to say it. I'm happy Matthias Janmark's playing today because I know he's going to go out there and he's going to play hard for them at least, and he might inject a little bit of something into them. And it shouldn't take a fourth line guy to come in and do that. You should be able to do that on your own.